what's the benefit of mosquito or even benefit of frog? If you're a pig and you find yourself in Papua New Guinea, sorry, yes, sorry, because in fact, sorry, because that's not a very good place to be if you're a pig. Come to my YouTube channel. If you're meeting me for the first time, this is Prof TV. If you're meeting me for the first time, please, I know you have not subscribed. Subscribe now. How can I be bringing for you people very sweet information and you will not subscribe? Please now. It is around here. Okay? Yes. Look down. You see subscribe. Press it now. It will not chop and you will not collect any money from you. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Huh? Thank you. So today we are going to Guinea. Today we are going to Papua New Guinea. Now I don't know if I pronounced the name of the country right, but I am here to tell you facts about Papua New Guinea you do not know. Let us get right into the video. There are still tribes in Papua New Guinea that has never been contacted by the outside world. What do I mean? You know that most of us in Africa, most of us, the reason we know some things that we know, kind of the reason is because we were colonized. For example, why am I putting on this kind of clothes since I am an African and I am in Africa? It is the technology of the Europeans that brought these kinds of clothes where you have buttons and shirts and all that. Now, ordinarily, if we are to go by what is indigenous to us, we will not be wearing this thing. If we want to go by what is indigenous to us, as for example, I'm from the Igbo tribe, I will not be putting on this. You get? So most of the tribes, there are some tribes in Papua New Guinea that has not been contacted. And so the things they know are still extremely myopic. For example, they see plane. If a plane is crossing their side now, they see it as a giant flying spirit. This movie, is it The Gods Must Be Crazy? I don't know if you know the movie. This is exactly like that tribe now that a Coke bottle fell from the sky. That is a aeroplane. They threw out a Coke bottle from an aeroplane and he picked it. And the village people just came to see how magnificent a Coke bottle is because they have not seen it in their life before. So they were thinking it's the gods that sent it to them. That guy was just running until the movie finished. So I've forgotten the plot of the movie, but you know what I'm talking about. So that kind of tribe still exists in Papua New Guinea. So there are some kind of things you might come up with in that tribe. Maybe you just say let you go there. They will be seeing you as a weird person. For example, now you might go there and say you're wearing suits. They'll be looking at you like, what are you wearing? Because they have not been contacted by the outside world. They like themselves like that. And the reason, I don't know. I don't really know the reason why they are being uncontacted. Is it that there is no road or there is no access to those places or those people? But let us continue. The next one. In Papua New Guinea, over 800 languages are spoken. So, but the country is a small country. Is it a big country? Nigeria that is very big has only about 500 languages. Why Papua New Guinea has about 800 languages spoken there. And they said it is 10% of the world's languages is spoken in Papua New Guinea. So this will have a lot of languages. So what I am not understanding is, are they trying to, because if you say 800 languages in a small country like Papua New Guinea, because if you even count the population, people that have the highest population in Africa, I don't think Papua New Guinea comes first 10. I don't think. Maybe they are. Maybe they are very populated. But for a country to have about 800 languages, do you think they are not adding dialects? Because you know that a particular language can have so many dialects, but that is not for you to know. So they have 800 languages in Papua New Guinea. My language is Choco. Let's go to the next one. Now, I think this one now is now the reason as to why they have remained uncontacted for some time. That is why white men have not tried to go there to conquer those people or to teach them their way of life. They still practice cannibalism. In fact, let me put it like this. They have been practicing cannibalism until recently. In fact, there is still evidence. There are still pieces of evidence here and there that till now some parts or some tribes practice cannibalism. Now the question would be, why do they practice cannibalism? Now cannibalism, for those of you that know, is when they will catch you and they will buy you and eat your meat. Yeah. So why is it that they practice cannibalism? Most of the times they do it based on when they are fighting tribal wars. You understand? So this tribe is fighting with this tribe. So anybody they catch from this tribe, enemy tribe, they chop the person. Sometimes they practice cannibalism to absorb the powers of their enemies. Don't know how this one works. So I think they believe that if they eat you, your power will be absorbed. Because if they eat you, you're no longer in existence to have the power. So how do they absorb? Let's go to the next one. For people that stay around the Sepik River region, there is this crocodile type initiation that they do there, and it shows, and it's for boys that they do it for. They do it for boys, and it shows the strength and power of a boy in that particular region. So if you have done it, it shows that you are so strong and that you can even manage your own family. It shows that you are extremely mature as a man. It is a crocodile type initiation where they will cut your skin to resemble that of crocodile. It is very painful, and if you survive it or if you are done with it, it is a symbol to show that this person is a strong man. That these people really need people to contact them. They really need to be taught some ways of life or some practices that are less brutal. Because what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you have to cut somebody very well to for the skin to look like that of crocodile so that the person can prove that he is strong? And what do you even mean cannibalism? Because I don't even really talk about the cannibalism one. Why would somebody have the temerity to say they are eating your fellow human being? They need to be contacted. Like, when I mean contacted, people need to go there and try to, because there are some cultures that are not nice. I'm not saying make them deviate totally from their culture, but all those cultures that are not nice, I think it is not supposed to be. They should outlaw most of these things. Let's go to the next one. Some tribes in Papua New Guinea, they still wear body paint. Like, they will not wear anything. They will just paint their body. I know this is the point where most stupid guys will now say, where is Papua New Guinea? Let me go. Because the boy, they don't, most people in that tribe don't wear clothes. They just believe in body paint. And the paints are usually nice. I know you must have seen something like that where as you're scrolling your internet. So they still wear body paint and they don't wear clothes. Like I said, this tribe or this country needs to be contacted. People need to come to that place and teach them some new cultures. People need to, not to totally deviate, like I said, from their own culture, but try this new culture, try, because culture is dynamic. What is culture today might not be culture tomorrow. So when you go there or when you are trying to contact these people, try as much as possible to focus on those cultures that are barbaric and try to paint a picture of a nice culture that they would replace that all those barbaric culture with. Because why wouldn't you wear clothes? Yeah, you're wearing body paint. Body paint will not hide the necessary things that are not supposed to be seen. Wear clothes, cover yourself, and go your way. There are still very local tribes in Africa, but then it is their culture and it needs to be respected. However, the ones that are barbaric are not supposed to be. They're supposed to change those ones, replace them with the less barbaric ones, and Africa will be a better place. Next one. This country has like the most volcanoes in it. It sits in the Pacific Ring of Fire. In fact, this country is a country of fire. Almost about 40 volcanoes. Your village fit get volcano, like your village can have volcano like two blocks away, like three volcanoes in one village. So that means those people, they will not be cold will not be there. There will be no winter for them. Because if you now start catching cold, the volcano is there to warm you up. There are so many volcanoes in this Papua New Guinea. So if you want to see volcanoes, go to Papua New Guinea. Very nice place to be. But it's just that their cultures are still somehow. But then, if you're looking for where to explore, go to Papua New Guinea. They have so many volcanoes there. You can, just like Egypt has so many pyramids, Papua New Guinea has so many volcanoes. So if you want to see a volcano or you want to enter inside and swim in a volcano, you can go to Papua New Guinea. Yes. So swimming in a volcano is once in a lifetime experience. Let's go to the next one. This one is not a new thing for Nigerians. In fact, this one is not a new thing for most African countries. Sorcery is still very real in Papua New Guinea. So for people that have not really come into contact with the outside world, it means that there is nothing like Christianity there, because of course you know that Christianity came in Nigeria, especially. I will talk about Nigeria because I know about Nigeria. Came in by the white men. So since these ones have not been contacted, it means that they don't practice Christianity. That also means that they'll be practicing their traditional religion. Practicing their traditional religion in most of these tribes means that there will be ogo, there will be sorcery, there will be charm, there will be jazz. So it is not a new thing. In fact, I even expected it. So sorcery still exists. You go there and you are not strong based on where you are coming from. You might not go back to that place you are coming from. So there are still witches and wizards. There are still witchcrafts for people that have not been in contact with any other person in the outside world. It means what they are doing is what they are doing. So you will not expect them to just fold their hands and not take care of their spiritual needs. Let's go to the next one. Remote villages, like inside villages, are only accessible by foot or by helicopter. Now, why I said helicopter is because I would have said aeroplane, but you will need an airstrip for an aeroplane to land. But an helicopter can land anywhere, as far as there is a field, a massive field that can just contain it. Yeah, that's why I say it is only by foot or by helicopter. You cannot say you are driving into that place. You cannot. There are no roads. Even the food self that you are coming with, you will probably suffer before you reach there. So it's majorly by helicopter. That is if they don't try to shoot down your helicopter because they think it is one big evil spirit coming to chop them. So that is it. You can only assess, and that explains why they have not been contacted for some time. Because if you cannot drive to that place or to those villages, or you cannot even using your foot to go there, going there on foot would be a big problem. Because number one, it's probably going to be far, and number two, they are probably not going to be where you will match. Now, if that happens, or if that is the case, why would you want to suffer yourself going there? And you have a higher risk of being eaten based on cannibalism. But then, if you still want to go, you can explore. Like I said, the cannibalism they practice is minimal now because it has been outlawed, and it's just until recently that they outlawed it. Even though we heard that there's some evidence that in some parts they still practice cannibalism. But you can explore if you want to explore. But just know that if you're exploring and you want to go to all these inside villages, you will have to need an helicopter. I'll be there waiting for you. In case they try to eat you, you just enter the helicopter and start flying out. Next one. If you want to know a rich man in Papua New Guinea, pigs. They don't joke with pigs there. I heard there are some tribes in Sudan. Is it Sudan? That if you want to marry, you bring a lot of cows. If you want to marry, you bring a lot of cows. So, but in Papua New Guinea, if you want to marry, you bring a lot of pigs. It's your pig farm they will use and know whether you're a wealthy man or you are not a wealthy man. Just like in Sudan, it is cows. In Papua New Guinea, if you have the much pig you have, the much respect you have, they pay their price with pigs. So if you're a pig and you find yourself in Papua New Guinea, sorry, yes, sorry, because In fact, sorry, because that's not a very good place to be if you're a pig. So in Papua New Guinea, your wealth is measured by how many pig or how much pigs you have, and they also use it to pay black price. Next one. If you go to Papua New Guinea, you must discover things. Scientists they go there to discover new species of animals, new frogs, new birds. Like they are still discovering things in Papua New Guinea. Has a very wide nature. Even Nadio Wide is supposed to be there. Nadio Wide should set up some kind of African headquarters there. I know Nadio Wide is in South Africa, but you should set up this thing in Papua New Guinea because you will discover things. You will discover new species of animals. They are still discovering. More are still coming. So Papua New Guinea has a very wild nature. The nature is they are blessed. But I wouldn't know if I say they are blessed because most times I used to ask myself, what's the benefit of mosquito? Or even benefit of frog? Or benefit of what's even the benefit of birds? Before birds we are used to send messages. You write your letter. I don't know that particular bird I used to put it in the letter though. Now you train the bird though. But apart from that, what's now the benefit of birds? There are some things I don't know. Maybe scientists have answers to this question, but personally, I don't see any benefit. Maybe scientists know that there are benefits for all these things, especially mosquito. Mosquito. In Guinea, in Papua New Guinea, they are still discovering new species of mosquito. So why is God creating? Well, let me not ask question before they say I've asked God question. But when I get to heaven, I'll ask him why are you still creating more species of mosquito? So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the ones that I could find. If you want to go to Guinea, Papua New Guinea, please go and explore. You must not born you in a country and you stay by in that country. Go and explore. Go and see things for yourself. Ask questions. Very soon I'll be going to all these countries to be asking these questions. And I know it will come. I will be bringing you these things very, very, very soon. Take care of yourselves. I will see you in the next one.